We start in 1948 with the Star 20, the truck that literally put Poland back on its wheels after the war. It was a simple, no-nonsense machine designed for one thing: reconstruction. It wasn't exactly a powerhouse carrying a gasoline engine that struggled with heavy loads, but it was reliable enough to clear the rubble of destroyed cities. You would see these everywhere in the late 40s, often draped in a simple forest green or navy blue. It set the blueprint for every star that followed, proving that a local factory could produce a working-class hero from scratch. By 1958, the military needed something with more teeth, and that brought us the Star 66. This was a 6x6 off-road beast nicknamed Pszczółka, or the bee, because of the distinct hum of its engine. It was built to handle terrain where roads didn't even exist. It featured an open-top cabin with a folding canvas roof, which was practical for soldiers but a bit chilly in the Polish winter. This truck marked the beginning of Star's legendary reputation for off-road capability. If you had to get through deep mud or sand in the late 50s, this was the only tool for the job. The Star 25 arrived in 1960 as a major refinement of the original design. It looked similar to the earlier models with its rounded, friendly face, but under the skin it was much more capable. The payload was increased, and the braking system finally moved to a more modern hydraulic setup. This truck became the standard face of Polish logistics for over a decade. Whether it was delivering milk, acting as a fire engine, or hauling construction materials, the Star 25 was the quiet worker that kept the country moving during the early 60s economic push. Moving into 1968, we saw the introduction of the Star 28 and its petrol-powered twin, the Star 29. These were transition models, featuring the new, more modern square cabin designed in collaboration with the French company Pszczółka. This was a huge leap in driver comfort, offering better visibility and a bit of actual ergonomics. The Star 28 was significant because it brought a proper diesel engine into mass production for the brand. It was a bit noisy and vibrated quite a bit, but it was fuel efficient and tough as nails, surviving in service long into the 80s. In 1975, the Star 200 hit the scene, and it would become arguably the most common truck in Polish history. If you grew up in Poland during the 70s or 80s, you saw this truck every single day. It was the definitive heavy-duty hauler of the era. It used a 6.8-liter diesel engine that, while loud enough to wake the neighbors, was incredibly easy to fix. It was the jack of all trades. It could be a tipper, a crane, or a bus. While it wasn't the most comfortable ride in the world, its sheer durability made it a favorite for state-run companies. Now we reach the absolute legend, the Star 266. Launched in 1973, this 6x6 is widely considered one of the best off-road trucks ever made, not just in Poland, but globally. It could wade through water nearly 2 meters deep and climb slopes that would make most modern SUVs turn around. It was exported to dozens of countries and served in various armies across the Middle East and Africa. Its specialized suspension and differential locks meant it was nearly impossible to get stuck. Even today, many of these are still in active service, a testament to just how over-engineered they were. In 1988, Star decided to prove the 266's worth on the world stage by entering the Paris-Dakar Rally. They took two standard Star 266, modified them with more powerful engines and safety cages, and sent them into the desert. Amazingly, both trucks finished the race, something many multi-million-dollar factory teams failed to do. This specific version, the Star 266 Rally, became a symbol of Polish engineering pride. It showed that with a bit of grit and a solid foundation, a truck from Starachowicz could take on the harshest environment on the planet and win. As the 80s wound down, the factory released the Star 1142. This was a modernized version of the 200 series, and its biggest claim to fame was the tilting cab. Before this, mechanics had to squeeze into the cabin or work from underneath to reach the engine, so this was a massive quality of life upgrade. It looked more streamlined and had a better interior, trying to keep up with Western European standards. It was the last truly pure Polish design before the factory began deep collaborations with foreign companies like MAN, marking the end of an era. Entering the 2000s, we got the Star 1466. By this point, the German company MAN had taken over the factory, so this truck was a fascinating hybrid. It used a Star-designed frame and 6x6 drivetrain, but featured a MAN cabin and a much more powerful engine. It was built primarily for the military to replace the aging 266 fleet. It was a highly capable machine, but unfortunately, only about 240 units were ever produced before production was moved out of Poland. It represents a what could have been moment for the brand. Finally, we have the Star 266M2. This isn't exactly a new truck, but a clever modernization of the classic 266. Because the original frames were so indestructible, various companies started stripping old 266 down to the bone and rebuilding them with modern Iveco engines, new gearboxes, and air-conditioned cabins. It's essentially a 1970s legend wearing a 21st century suit. These are still being produced as remanufactured units today, proving that the basic design of the Star truck was so good it's still relevant nearly 60 years after the first drawings were made.